Your feelings on the election coming up? I mean, Biden and Trump. Are you as depressed about that as most people as a choice?
My feeling is pick your policy, not your person. Find out. This is not the Dallas Cowboys versus your favorite team. This is the policies that will affect our generations for the next 20, 30, 40 years to come. So close your eyes, listen to the policies that are being pushed, and pay attention even to the people who don't have a chance of winning, because they're going to say policies you may want to push. And I would say do that, but make it policy-based.
So that means you're for...
That means I'm for black people and happy Black History Month.
But you're not saying one candidate over the other?
Hey, man, my nigga, you ain't going to get me in no trouble tonight.
No, that's your job with me, to get me in trouble.
My grandfather gave me some stellar advice sometimes. He said, son, sometimes you just got to know to stay out of white folks' business. And this time, I'm going to keep my mouth closed. I still like the policy that the old man had that I was supporting. I would encourage people to find who's supporting that policy and see what happens.
But you can't get yourself to say vote for Biden over Trump?
You want me to list it now? So now
I'm just saying that.
Can he get himself to apologize for the crime bill? Can he get himself to get his head out of his ass and say, black people, you are black regardless. I need you to tell me what I need to do. Can he pick a coalition of former people who are affected by drug laws, street gangs, recidivism and crime, and say, I need you as a board to advise me how to fix federal prisons? If he can do that, absolutely I can. So my challenge is out there.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man Wise, back at it again. All right, today I'm checking out another video from the Benny Show. Biden's revenge. Everybody's talking about it. Rapper Killer Mike arrested live at the Grammys after refusing to bend the knee to the left and endorse Donald Trump. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen it from the beginning there. Bill Maher tried to coach him. Killer Mike wasn't going for it. Killer Mike's a very astute brother. He's very politically astute. He knows what he's talking about. I don't necessarily agree with him all the time. He was supporting Bernie back in the day. I couldn't necessarily get on board with that, but he's one of my Atlanta brethren, and I definitely still support Michael Render, Killer Mike. He's a really dope artist, man, and congratulations to him on 3 Grammys. It's unfortunate that his night had to end, his big night, probably one of the biggest nights of his life next to, you know, getting married and having children. This was a big night for him. 3 Grammys, and he's arrested and walked out and perp walked. Come on, man. It's so ridiculous, man. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. I have an email address, askwisetoday@gmail.com. If you need to get a hold of me, that's the best way. That's the best way to get a hold of me there. And before we get into the video, we got to have a quick message or word from our sponsor, Young G's Barbecue Sauce.
There are plenty of things to be grateful for this time of year. Family, friends, good company, and good eats. That's right, we'd like to extend our gratitude for making us a part of this great American holiday. Young G's Barbecue Sauce. Thank you, America. That's right.
Get you some Young G's barbecue sauce today. Link in the description box below. Support a service-disabled, veteran-owned business that supports America as well. Obviously, he's a veteran. I'm a veteran. It's a business, and it's something that's close to my heart. I want to see all veterans win out there. Please go support his business. The links in the description box, and you can purchase it at walmart.com. All right, let me slide the video in. Boom. Without further ado, let go.
Oh, wow. Wow.
What's up, guys? Boy, Benny. Pattern recognition is what we do on this program. We don't claim to be particularly intelligent. We're just alive, and we notice things. I'm sure you do too, and it's comforting when people notice the same things. And we're beginning to notice a pattern in the totalitarian regime that we currently live under. Totalitarian regimes cannot rule without fear. They must have force. The power of force and a monopoly on violence is actually how governments maintain and retain power. Fear. And so when they see people who aren't supposed to endorse Donald Trump endorsing Donald Trump, when they see people who should be endorsing Joe Biden refusing to, they act with cutthroat and cold-blooded efficiency. Let me bring you just one example here. This is a member of Congress. She is known as Cori Bush. She's a member of the Squad. She was asked if she wishes to endorse Joe Biden for president in 2024, and here's how she answered.
Joe Biden run for a second term? She's going to go.
Yeah, that's
an easy question. That's not going to take long. Do you want to see Joe Biden?
I don't want to answer that question because we have not. I don't want to answer that question.
Okay.
I mean, he's the president and he has the right to run for a second term. Absolutely.
Next thing you know, she's under investigation. Shortly after this footage popped up, she's under investigation now.
But I don't want to. I'd rather you not do that answer.
Same thing happened to Eric Adams. He started questioning Biden, started asking for money, and for New York. Next thing you know, he's under investigation, and people a part of his administration is under investigation. Is it happenstance, coincidence? Y'all tell me.
Yeah, I know. I got to get to the.
Well, thanks very much.
The other thing.
I got to get to the other thing. I got to get to the other thing. Well, that wasn't received very lightly or kindly by the regime, who, boom, smacked Cori Bush. Yes, that's right. A woke, black member of the Squad, Socialist Democrat. The Department of Justice did a massive rollout of this huge investigation into her and, well, what looks like is going to be a massive indictment for misuse of funds. Now, Cori Bush probably definitely misused funds. Most members of Congress misuse funds. All members of Congress are straight up criminals, but they're going after Cori Bush specifically. Is it because she didn't endorse Joe Biden? It leaves the mind to wonder. Cori Bush blames right-wing organizations for DOJ investigation and says she needs $750,000 security detail in order to deal with relentless threats. Cori Bush is now officially under investigation by Joe Biden's DOJ. Yeah, the problem is, Cori, you got the wrong enemy there. It's actually your own team. You didn't sufficiently endorse Joe Biden. And
yep, if you don't bend the knee, just be prepared for what's coming behind it if you choose not to bend the knee. It's crazy, man.
Therefore, you are probably a bigger enemy than people like me who endorse Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you to last night. Last night, there's a rapper who's a very popular rapper. His name's Killer Mike. Now, whatever. Sounds like there's like a Key and Peele episode about naming yourself Killer Mike, right? And rapping about your crimes, but whatever. Okay. I don't know much about Killer Mike's career. Here's what I know. Killer Mike had a great night.
For those of you guys that aren't familiar with Killer Mike is a rapper out of Atlanta. The way he got the name Killer had nothing to do with violence. It's because his rhymes are so good that back in the day, people started calling him a killer because he would just eat people back in the ciphers and things of that nature back in the day. So it's not necessarily, something to do with physically killing someone or a form of act of violence. It's more about how good he is as a rapper that he kills folks with his bars. Just saying.
At the Grammys last night, he won Best Rap Album, Best Rap Performance, and Best Rap Song. That's a killer night for Killer Mike. And then he got arrested. Killer Mike then gets arrested. Here's footage of him getting dragged away from the Grammys, where he got tons of those little gold horn things. And Killer Mike.
This brother got 3 Grammys, and they walked his behind out of there with a tuxedo for a battery. I believe the Grammys are in LA. And it almost seems like it takes an act of the California legislation to arrest someone out there. But they perp walk this man out of the Grammys for what they say is a alleged simple battery. Make this make sense.
Saying, "Are you serious?" to the officers, so they escort him out of the building. Ladies and gentlemen, now here's where the pattern recognition comes in. First off, let me play you the clip of Killer Mike getting arrested.
It's too late.
The stiff as a board white guy standing there in the corner, please. Far right of your screen. This is hysterical. You will cry and die laughing. Sorry, just comedic break here for a second. Look at that guy. This guy. Some Nepo trust fund baby. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sven. Killer Mike really knows that you stand in solidarity as he gets arrested. Great job. Great job, Sven. Unbelievable. Okay, anyway, so cringeworthy. Of course, I didn't watch the Grammys, but I find this very interesting. Here's where the pattern recognition comes in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and check in on what Killer Mike was doing just hours before his arrest. Bill Maher shocked as Killer Mike refuses to endorse Joe Biden. Oh, yeah, Killer Mike was on Bill Maher's show. Comedian Bill Maher seemed taken aback when rapper Killer Mike declined to endorse Biden, Donald Trump. What? Oh, baby. Bill Maher begs Killer Mike to endorse Joe Biden. Begs him. Killer Mike refuses. Let's watch the tape.
He definitely begged him, but he all but basically just tried to push and coerce this man into endorsing Donald Trump. It was almost like he was asked before this interview by someone in the administration or someone in the regime, you make sure you get him on record as answering this question. They know that they need the black vote. They know it. They know that black men are slowly but surely falling away from the Democratic Party. They know this. So they had to get him on tape endorsing Biden, and he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. Bill Maher asked that man the question 3-4 times. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to? So you mean you really can't? You really can't? He was begging Killer Mike to endorse Biden. He was begging him, and Mike wouldn't do it, man. And I don't blame him.
What are your feelings on the election coming up? I mean, Biden and Trump, are you as depressed about that as most people as a choice?
My feeling is pick your policy, not your person. Close your eyes, listen to the policies that are being pushed, and
you can't get yourself to say vote for Biden over Trump?
You want me to list it now? So now
I'm just saying that.
Can he get himself to apologize for the crime bill? Can he get himself to get his head out of his to say, black people, you are black regardless. I need you to tell me what I need to do. Can he pick a coalition of former people who are affected by drug laws, street gangs, recidivism and crime, and say, I need you as a board to advise me how to fix federal prisons? If he can do that, absolutely I can. So my challenge is out there.
There you go. I mean, that seems really quite natural and honest.
Yeah.
Of a thing to say. Close your eyes. Don't look at the party. Don't look at the person. Look at the politics and the policies of that person.
That's all I've been asking. Whether you want to vote, Democrat or Republican, red or blue, left or right, it makes me no never mind, to be honest with you. It really doesn't. But what I'm asking for is people to become more politically astute, get more educated on the parties and their policies, and then vote accordingly. That's all I'm asking for. If you want to vote Democrat because you love, policy A, B, and C, I'm okay with that. Just stand on that and know what you're voting for. I think there are so many black people in the black community, or so many people in the black community that vote blue no matter who, but they don't know exactly what they're voting for. They don't know what the policies are that they're supporting. They just think, hey, the Republicans are racist and I'm not voting for them. That's all they think. They don't even take the time. A lot of them, I'm not going to say all, a lot are not taking the time to really do some research and get an understanding of what the policies are and vote accordingly. And I'm 100% with Killer Mike on his statement right here. Check out the policies and vote accordingly.
Most especially look at the results of that person. The results for Joe Biden, of course, have been horrible for the black community.
Yep.
Joe Biden's been horrible to the black community.
Yep.
Joe Biden locked up hundreds of thousands of young black men.
Yep.
Maybe he just locked up Killer Mike for noticing the fact that all of these young black men went to jail for maximum minimums sentencing for having a scintilla of crack on them. Yet Joe Biden's own white kid has never gone to jail. Here's Joe Biden.
Piece of crack cocaine.
Oh, okay.
No bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand. 1/4 of $1. We passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice.
Think about that. A $20 rock. $10 to $20 rock. You just got a first class ticket to 5 years in the state prison or federal prison. That is crazy. Crack is bad. It was devastating. It devastated America. It definitely devastated the black and brown communities all across this country. And there are a lot of families that were decimated due to the drug. But there were also a lot of families that were decimated due to the crime bill and how harsh the penalties were for those that were users and for those that were sellers.
Just doesn't have a choice. So maybe that's why Killer Mike and a lot of other black people are a little pissed off at Joe Biden. I'm not the only one noticing this, by the way. Rapper Killer Mike got arrested in Los Angeles just days after denouncing Democrats and implying he would be voting for Trump. His whereabouts are unknown. Here we go. 2 days ago on Bill Maher, Killer Mike refused to endorse Biden. Tonight, he's arrested at the Grammys. What's going on? Killer Mike was on Bill Maher 2 nights ago and refused to endorse Biden. Last night, he was hauled off out of the Grammys in handcuffs. I ain't saying nothing. Very interesting. Killer Mike was just arrested 2 days after he refused to endorse Joe Biden on Bill Maher's show. Well, you better bend the knee to the regime, or else the regime will come for you. And Killer Mike and Joe Biden don't have a great history together. In the year 2020, when Joe Biden was desperate to get any support that he possibly could because Joe Biden was losing in catastrophic fashion, he came in 4th in Iowa, 5th in New Hampshire. Killer Mike comes out and endorses Joe Biden's chief rival, Bernie Sanders.
Not on a quote-unquote civil rights effort. He was standing with some of the most exploited black workers in America.
Absolutely.
And he said, I'm going to go down there and help you form a union and get decent wages and decent working conditions. That's where he was murdered. And at that same time, what he was also doing is trying to put together a poor people's campaign.
Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, not allowed to talk about MLK's murder. Not allowed to endorse Joe Biden's chief rival. Sir, we have consequences for people that stand too harshly against the regime. Killer Mike is charged with battery following citizen's arrest at the Grammys, following confrontation with security guard after rapper won 3 awards. Hold on. Why are security guards going after Killer Mike when he's like the biggest winner of the night? Wouldn't the guy have his own security guards? Have his own protection? The official explanation makes even less sense. Killer Mike was taken away in handcuffs by LAPD officers at the Grammys. The 48-year-old rapper won 3 awards. The LAPD spokesman told the Daily Mail that the man was being questioned, but they cannot confirm his identity to provide further details. Again, this is so unbelievably strange. At 4 p.m., an adult male was taken into custody for physical altercation that took place inside the arena. The altercation happened moments before the person was arrested. Killer Mike was handcuffed. Right now, it's a preliminary investigation for battery. Oh, really? That's quite fascinating that you're arresting. You decided to arrest this guy who just won all of the awards, but they want to arrest any of the straight up criminals who cross our border. They won't arrest people with like criminal backgrounds who are on the terrorist watch list that cross into our country.
Do you know the crime that's happening in LA right now? And these guys aren't being arrested. The amount of theft that's happening in LA right now, the amount of carjackings and the amount of car break-ins that are happening, the amount of just flat out stealing that is happening in LA, and people are just walking scot-free. Sometimes the cops don't even show up, but yet you arrest this man for a simple battery, and then they say it was a citizen's arrest. Whoa, make this make sense.
We know that now officially, that the Border Patrol released people that are on the terrorist watch list into our country. But Killer Mike gets arrested.
Yeah.
Really? Days after saying that Joe Biden ain't it, and like effectively a de facto endorsement of Donald Trump. Quite interesting, ladies and gentlemen, this. We'll keep following this story. We'll keep recognizing patterns like this. We'll keep paying attention. And you deserve to know if you live inside of a fascistic totalitarian state. And holy moly, that's what it looks like. I don't think, in conclusion, this is going to help Killer Mike endorse Joe Biden.
No,
I think this is going to make Killer Mike and all of the people who follow his work, much like Snoop Dogg, Waka Flocka, Lil Pump, 50 Cent, this is going to make them like go even harder for Donald Trump. That's right. I said it. I said what I said. Free Killer Mike.
Shout out, man. Free. Shout out to Benny, man. If you haven't already, I'm sure you already have. Go check his channel out, man. I know a lot of you guys, you know, support Benny and are already subscribed to his channel because I can see it in the analytics. But it's 100% right, man. It seems like there is a running theme going on, man. If you cross Biden publicly, he will come after you. It just seems like it can't just be a coincidence that this keeps happening. It happened to Mayor Eric Adams. It happened to Representative Cori Bush. Now we got the Killer Mike situation 2 days after Bill Maher asked that man, will you support Biden 2, 3, 4, 5 different times in a multitude of ways. Killer Mike wouldn't do it. And he wasn't, you could tell that he was like, I'm not prepared to answer this question. Let's move on. But Bill Maher kept pushing. So Killer Mike was kind of, I guess, backed into a corner where he had to just run down the list of things that he says that Biden should apologize for. But I don't think there is an apology needed due to the fact that it's not going to solve anything. Him apologizing for the crime bill, if he doesn't actually do anything to change said crime bill, means it's a moot point, in my opinion. There's nothing that Biden can say, in my opinion, to sway the minds of black people in this country. Now, we know that there are going to be a lot of folks that are going to vote for Biden because they're going to say Trump bad, orange man bad, Trump's racist. They just suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. And there's probably not a whole lot that we can do. But those of us that are based, those of us that really understand what's going on, there's no apology that he can give us that's going to enable us to forgive him for the atrocities of the crime bill and the rhetoric that he has spoken in reference to or about black people. Free Killer Mike. But congratulations to Killer Mike as well. It's unfortunate that on one of the biggest nights of his career, capturing 3 Grammys, this man gets perp walked like he's a common criminal out there in LA. If that right there in itself isn't waking folks up, not only those in the entertainment industry, but those of us around the nation, if that right there isn't waking us up to what's going on with this regime, and as Benny said, this regime's totalitarian ways of doing business or conducting business, if that right there doesn't wake us up, I don't know what will. How many more people have to be arrested or placed under investigation for not bending the knee to the Biden-Harris administration? How many more people before we actually wake up and say enough is enough? With that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. America first. Keep God first in your life. And I'm going to catch up with y'all next time. We out. Peace.